Hello, everybody, and welcome to another Paint and Chat with the CGN crew. Once again, I am joined by my BFFs, Big Aaron, Josh, and Sean. Right off the bat, I'm just going to say it because Josh, Sean, and Big Aaron can't see it, but my screen probably looks darker. And that is because I am testing out a new camera, which I'm going to talk about here in a minute. But I am aware that it's a little bit darker. So I'm just going to say that right off the bat.
A little darker.
It's a little darker. I am working on my Gene Stealers. I
And
have
shorter.
my Aberrants and the truck. While we were away, I finished all of my bikes and my ATVs.
Woo! They look pretty cool.
And I weathered them. And so now I'm going to try the same technique on the bigger vehicle. And if it works on this, then I will have no problem doing it on the Rock Crusher. So it's a big night. It's a big night. Aaron, what are you working on?
I am working on Epidemus from Warhammer 40K. Some big old Nurgle model. It's a fully converted model. I have over 70 Nurglings on here. Scratch built base.
Over 70.
Over 70, yeah, and they're all uniquely painted. So
Someone's compensating for something.
whole lot of Nurgles.
His lack of the plague.
So
Yeah,
I'm
right.
gonna work on that. It's been sitting on a shelf for a while.
Awesome. Sean, what are you working on?
I got a bunch of weird random stuff, but I'm going to drill some barrel holes in some guys that need to be primed. And then I have a base for a Terminator Chaplain that I'm going to hand prime and start painting, and a couple little details on the Chaplain. So if we're lucky, I'll get the Chaplain done tonight.
And whether you like it or not, I'm going to show the pictures of your custom shield.
Oh, sure.
And some of that stuff that you were
Master
working
Captain
on
Sayel.
the other night. Josh, you fell down the stairs, so you're just going to heal. You're
I'm
healing.
healing.
You're healing right now.
The healing has begun.
Healing has begun. So, just really quickly, I'm going to show the camera that I'm using. So, this is a camera that we found actually for my son's schooling, and it is called OkioCam. And as you can see, it's like this little thing on an arm, and you can swivel it and you can move it, and it does like all of this like really awesome stuff. It's supposed to focus really fast if I move things. However, it is not 4K, and it is designed for like schoolwork. So I bought another version of this camera that should be coming next week that is 4K and touts that it has the fastest webcam refocus of any camera on the market. So I should be able to like pick up a model and bring it right up to the camera, and it should focus right on it. And they even show like demonstration videos of like scientists like holding things up to the camera and it being able to figure out that it needs to focus like right next to the camera. So
Well, if scientists can hold it up to,
if scientists can hold it up, then
I
who
mean,
knows?
it's got to be pretty good, right?
It's got to be really good. So I'm really liking this because it takes up way less room than a tripod and a webcam, and it has a bit more functionality. But I was having a hard time getting it to white balance, so that's why everything is a little bit dark, which doesn't make me very happy.
I'll never forgive you.
But yeah, we're trying that out. We're trying that out tonight. And you'll probably be like, oh my god, he's just slathering contrast paint on all those flat surfaces. I am, because they're going to be weathered. So I'm super not worried at all.
Super not worried, huh?
I'm a little bit worried, which is why I started with the smallest vehicles and moving to the largest vehicles.
Uh-huh.
Because I am actually a little worried. But I think it's going to be okay. I think it's already looking good. I have this, like, I've fallen into a trap, though. And tell me if you guys have fallen into this trap. I told myself that, like, what I have is what I have. You know what I mean? And that's going to be the army.
Yeah.
And now I'm constantly 20 models away from being done because I keep adding, like, something to the cart. So a couple weeks ago, Josh was like, oh, don't you know that there's a individual biker who carries a sniper rifle? And I was like, no. And so then I went and I researched all the different characters, right? So I have 6 characters coming, so now I have another 10 characters to paint. And then I was like, well, I probably need Pure Restrained Gene Stealers. So even if I get everything painted tonight, I'm probably going to buy a box of Pure Restrained Gene Stealers. So I just feel like I keep getting closer and closer to the finish line, but then I keep adding something back like an idiot.
Well, then you're just never gonna finish. Congratulations.
But do you guys do that?
Dude, that's the entirety of my hobby life. There's no, I get to a project and I'm 25% done. And I'm like, this is going really well. Let's go pick out some other shit and like end up with another 1,000 models. And then I get those 25% done. And I'm like, okay, cool. You know, I could go back to my previous project, but instead I'm going to buy these tanks. So, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'm feeling like 15 Pure Gene Stealers will be fine, and then I'll be done.
And they're the most organic of all the stuff, Aaron. Like, you're gonna be able to paint them with the contrast in 4 minutes.
I
like
understand.
literally one.
I understand. I just feel like because I've been working on this for a while now, and I just feel like I keep getting to a point where I'm really close to being done, and then I'm like, oh, let me just add something.
It's okay, guy. It's okay.
By the way, we're all going to help you remember that in 24 minutes your alarm is going to go off.
What? I don't believe it.
Whose alarm and why now?
Remember, there's always an alarm that goes off at exactly 10 o'clock his time, 9 o'clock our time.
That's right.
Yeah.
My camera decided it didn't want to work anymore. I'm very confused.
Well, it's because I called you out on that camera, on that alarm BS.
Right?
So the other thing, other than this camera that I've been trying out, I did some Black Friday shopping, and I got some cool stuff for my office. I got a desk clamp for my microphone that I really like. I've tried them in the past and I didn't like them, which is why I always went with the weighted microphone stand. But the weighted microphone stand takes up a lot of real estate.
Right.
So I'm super happy with that. But the other thing that I got is the brushes that Big Aaron recommended.
They are the Saks Golden Taclon.
Yes, size 4.
Yep.
And I'm really liking these, actually. They're holding the tip really, really well. Like, they're great. But I also got what I like to call cup nipples. What everybody else calls a paint puck brush cleaner. But I just call it cup nipples.
Okay, I don't know why, and I don't like it.
Well, if you look at it, it's just a circle of nubs. It's like a big circle of nubs. And we were talking. It's very nipply. And so we were talking about how like it definitely seems like maybe it'd be more suited for like arts and crafts or bigger brushes. I'm actually loving it. You can dip down in it and you can just hit the tip of your brush on one of the smaller nubs.
Just the tip?
Just the tip.
Just the tip. You can also like drag your brush through the outside and it doesn't like split the fibers. Or if you have like a dry brush or something and you really just want to get in there and clean it, like it's working really good.
Good.
I'm liking it a lot. So I'm very, very happy. I don't remember if that was a Cyber Monday or a Black Friday. What's the difference this year, really?
I mean,
There isn't one. What's the difference ever?
Well, usually Black Friday we would actually go to the mall.
yeah.
So there's that.
Uh-huh. And now you have Small Business Sunday and Giving Tuesday.
Wait, what's...
And then last day turkey leftovers is good Wednesday.
Are these
Is
all
that
just,
how that works?
just all different sale days?
Well, except for the last one, it's just to prevent botulism, I think.
Wait, so hold on. Is there actually Small Business Sunday? I've never heard of that.
Small Business Saturday.
Oh, Small Business Saturday.
Right.
You're
And
right.
that's where you buy from the Comcast store instead of from Amazon because in comparison it's a small business.
Yes.
Yes.
It's where you buy from anywhere other than Amazon.
Basic.
Everything else is small compared to that.
I
Remember
was-
when they just sold books?
Yep.
I don't actually.
Why not?
I never like my bookstore of choice was always Borders, where I never bought books. If I bought books, I always went to Myopic in downtown Chi-Town, which is my favorite bookstore of all time. That's usually where I would buy books, mostly used. But otherwise, I would just go to Borders and sit in a seat
Borders.
and draw. Oh, you know what? You know who I met at Borders? I met. Oh shoot, I just forgot his name, which is really really bad. He walked on the moon. He was the second person to walk on the moon.
There's Neil Armstrong and then Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin did a book
Well, that's
signing.
cool.
Yeah.
Wacky.
Yeah, it was a long time ago though. I met him at Borders, so that was fun. But no, I don't remember when Amazon only sold books.
Yep.
You're that old.
And when Netflix was just DVDs.
I do remember
You
when
had to get
when
the internet
Netflix
in
was
the
just
mail.
DVDs, and
And they blew up, man.
no, and then Blockbuster tried to get into the mail thing, and they had that lawsuit, and they lost, and then the whole mail and they should have just bypassed the mail and gone straight to direct TV, and then they would have been fine.
Yeah.
It's interesting. Like I was thinking about it because I was sitting at Walgreens waiting for the drive-through pharmacy, and I was just staring at a Red Box. It's amazing that like Red Box is there and Blockbuster's gone,
Yeah.
right?
Dude, did you know that Netflix runs at a loss? Is there $4 billion in the hole or something?
What?
I did not. Yeah, look it up. It's real.
That seems like a terrible business plan.
I don't know. It seems like losing is the way to make money these days.
That's what I heard.
I mean, you know,
You don't actually have to make money if your stock is valued high. You
There's-
realize that.
here's the thing though. So it depends on how you're calculating the balance sheet. So it's possible that they're showing a loss because they're doing things like building out massive infrastructure and doing lots of projects where
Right.
they're spending what their otherwise profitability was.
I
which
mean,
is
that's
what-
exactly
what
what
Amazon
Google and
did.
Amazon did. Yep.
right. So they were like, "Oh, Amazon loses, $1 billion a year." Well, it's like, well, yeah, but they're also building, they're building
AWS and like all their services.
Exactly.
Mhm.
Exactly. So
I
once
mean,
they're
that's
done,
exactly what's going on.
yeah, once they're done with that, then their profitability will skyrocket.
I just thought it was interesting because it's been so long.
Yeah. I mean, listen, Orange is the New Black cost a lot of money. I think that's just why hasn't anyone reminded you guys that in 1998 the Undertaker threw mankind off of hell into a cell onto the Spanish announcer table.
Why? Because you didn't say it earlier, which means you just got here. It's a fun.
Ooh.
Yeah, how do you know we didn't start with that?
Yeah.
You don't know. You weren't
Uh-huh.
here
First words out of Aaron's mouth.
every week.
Prove us wrong.
check the tapes.
No, don't check them.
You guys.
I have some really fun Games Workshop news.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gonna love this.
Lay it on
Is
me.
our favorite news?
Especially if you're in the United States. So GW released its when to order for Christmas by,
Uh-huh.
and this was posted on December 4th.
Uh-huh.
And the United States cutoff for ordering for Christmas delivery was December 4th.
Nice.
Get it in today, folks.
So it's literally here, look, here's the date for December 20 because they're in Europe and they do things like that. And then they're like, US today. So if you haven't ordered your Christmas presents from GW,
You will not be.
Go get them from eBay.
Go
because
get them from
You can still get 3-day shipping.
because you're not getting them from GW. So I just thought that was, at first I was like, oh man, I should have been paying more attention. It's like really nice that they put out this thing, and if I would have been checking it, then I would have known. And then I looked at the date, and I was like, oh.
Never mind.
I would have had to have seen it on the day to know. It's not like they gave us 2-week heads up or something. And essentially, if you read that article, essentially what they're saying is they're kind of addressing the stock issues. And what they're claiming, I don't know if this is true or not, but what they're claiming is that the stock issues, and I don't mean their stock price, I mean the stock, their supply, inventory, is because there are more new players to the hobby than there ever have been before. An unprecedented amount of new interest, and that they can't keep up with the demand.
Yeah, I'm gonna call bullshit on that. Scalpers.
I'm just telling you what that article's saying. That's all.
Well, yeah.
But even if there was unprecedented stuff, that doesn't mean they screw over all the retailers that aren't GW.
Yeah, like it's unprecedented, but we still are only going to give 1 box per store. You would think that even if they had not planned for it at all, they would have planned for stores to be able to order several.
Yeah, right. That's the part that's confusing, is that they definitely sell more than 1 box per store.
Right.
So,
but now you can't get one of those holiday books.
If stores were like, "Hey, we normally order 5 and we're getting 6, and 6 isn't enough," then I understand. But if stores are like, "Hey, we normally order 6 and we're only getting 1," and even my Gene Stealers got hit. The people who's been selling us the miniatures ordered all the Gene Stealers. Games Workshop confirmed it, and then didn't send everything that was on the packing list.
Wow.
So I never got the Void Dragon. He actually had to refund it to me because he could not get me a Void Dragon, and even though I pre-ordered it, he just refunded me last week. I was patient. I was just like, whatever. I got other stuff to paint, but he was just like, I can't source it, so I'm just gonna get it off of eBay because for the same price, basically.
That's bonkers.
I was able to get Josh's for his
I
birthday
feel so
present.
bad because I haven't.
No,
even
it's
put it
fine.
together yet.
It's fine. No, it was your gift. It doesn't matter when you do, but I just think it's funny.
Except for the airbrush, which I am about to break into your house and steal back.
Yeah, let's go ahead and steal that back.
Yeah, that's been too long.
That's no longer yours.
That's been too long.
It's been used.
Sure it has.
Don't lie to me.
Don't lie to us.
Wow. Shit got heavy real fast.
Real quick.
Real quick.
Real quick, it went downhill real quick.
I
Well,
didn't enjoy
I gotta
that.
t-
I
tell you.
got pounced on right there. I'm gonna cry.
No, man, I'm
Oh.
Aaron. You guys,
Hey, that's right,
100%, dude. I'm Dark Angels, right? So I am looking for company veteran Dark Angel specific kits.
Yep.
Fucking don't exist. Can't order them from anywhere.
Oh,
They
man.
just-
It's
They
true.
don't exist.
yeah.
You can't get-
There's
The Dark Angel was the Dark Raven Terminator, like
the Deathwing Terminator box goes for about 100 plus right now.
yeah. So
And
it's
that's a
normal like
70,
60. I was just looking at
65,
today.
70 kit. Yeah.
Yeah. On eBay, there's one that you can bid on for that's already over
62.
65. Yeah.
Oh, it's over 65 now.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
But still, I was looking today because there's a lot of just like good bits in general in that box.
Oh, it's fantastic. And honestly, that's one of the big things about the Dark Angels specific boxes. If you get the Ravenwing Bikers, if you get the Dark Angels Veterans, if you get the Deathwing Terminators, there's tons of awesome crap in there, right? So it's not just that you're getting the bodies that have the emblems you want, but there's tons and tons and tons of extra stuff to use for your miniatures. And they are all gone. So I check eBay probably every couple hours and see if they're there. I
Every
found a
couple
dude.
You set up your alerts,
Yeah,
my
man.
man.
No, I don't know how that works. I am
Okay.
old.
I'm old.
Yeah, yep. Old, don't know how it works. But aside from that, no, I found a box of Deathwing Terminators. Someone was selling it. as is, or not as is, but like sealed in box, $51, no shipping, no auction. So I was like, yes, and bought that the moment I saw it. Because the auctions, start low, but
So,
are getting up in the
I
hundreds.
mean, clearly, it's a good thing that you weren't using alerts because everybody else who used alerts missed that box.
Yep, that's pretty much the same with the video cards these days. The alerts from Newegg, they don't do anything. They basically say like, "Hey, this only is good if it's in stock for more than 5 minutes."
Yeah, it's like because you're getting this alert, the thing you wanted already sold.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely bananas. It's kind of crazy. Like, I understand that there's more countries than just the United States and Canada, but it would have been nice to get more than a 0-day heads up, I guess.
Well, but you got to think about that as well, Aaron. This is, you said, oh, I want to think this thing. I learned in the past couple years that it doesn't matter if I want to think a thing. It matters what I'm thinking because of what I see. So this is 100% Games Workshop being like, I need to pay lip service to people who want to feel like they're important, being me and you. And let's tell them that if they want shit now, they should have ordered it yesterday, because then I'm covered. And that's total dick, but like, would you ever do that to your customer? Would you ever do that to your customer? Hey, you need to buy this thing from my store, and you need to buy it today,
Yeah.
or you're
create a
never
sense
gonna
of
get it.
urgency. It's a tactic.
Yeah, exactly. Or we just realized that we don't have shit because we didn't build it and we can't buy plastic, so let's just tell everyone that this thing, so no one comes back and yells at us.
I think it's more of like we're making more money selling it direct than we are making.
Oh, yeah.
Stores.
But they're
So
saying,
that's
but this
why-
is saying GW. You can't even buy it direct.
Yeah,
No.
this is.
No,
this
but
was,
all
the
the new
notification
stuff-
was from GW.
Yeah, instead of giving stock and inventory of the new stuff that's coming out to the stores, they're giving them a pittance just to be able to say that they're giving them something and selling the rest, just as Josh said, online to cut out the whole middleman and reap more profits for themselves.
I mean, I don't want to be a cynical person, and I want to believe that like the whole COVID thing and the nightmare that the world is have some sort of super negative effect, and that they don't have enough stock. But if that were true, and I hope that it is true, I would rather people are honest and just say, we don't have stock because of this, this, and this is what's going on.
So they had to just do that, right, with the Death Guard.
Right.
Because the Death Guard was supposed to come out like pre-orders this coming weekend. And they put out an announcement that it's going to be delayed sometime into 2021.
And did they specifically cite the stock and the situation?
Oh, I don't know.
Oh, okay.
Let's find out.
Yeah, let's take a look at that, because I think it's important. To Aaron's point, like, if you're gonna, to use a horrible euphemism, I'm not gonna use the euphemism because it's bad. We shouldn't use that euphemism anymore.
Okay, then don't.
It says
I'm not going to.
It specifically says, as events out of our control has caused unavoidable delays due to critical shipments, which is code for COVID.
Something fell off the boat.
Yeah, I can deal with that, but I would still prefer. Hey, you know what? Can I have some real details? So, but it's better than saying, "Hey, we're gonna be delayed because of stuff."
Yeah, I
but
mean,
it's also kind of we're gonna be delayed because of stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, it kind of sounds like, hey, it's getting delayed because of COVID and because of how backed up all the ports are. Because I hear that is a serious problem and has been for quite some time.
It is.
Yeah, I don't know. I know my experience is with, a different side of manufacturing, but I know that everything is all insane at the moment, which is very confusing to me as to why the United States stock market hit, what did he call it? The spiritual number or something?
Spiritual number.
Yeah, he said it.
What
He
does that
said
mean?
something about it's like a spiritual experience. I don't know what he said exactly, because I was like, that's dumb, and purged it from my memory like a heretic.
It doesn't. I don't understand why stocks are going up. I don't understand. I don't want stocks to go down. I don't want a massive market correction. I'm not saying that. I just don't understand how reality works. I guess that's all I'm saying. I just
I
don't
think
understand.
that the invisible hand is just too much at play.
I mean, the lizard people and the supercomputer in Antarctica are doing their job, and that's
I
what's,
feel like-
that's what's important.
Yes, we need to change the subject because we're going real again.
Really, the supercomputer in Antarctica and lizard people is too real?
It's too real.
It's too real. Let's reel it back
Half
in
of
and
America
talk about
believes
little
that.
plastic men.
Little
Okay.
plastic man.
All right.
Back to toys.
Back to toys. All right, so I'm going to go back to the Death Guard page, but this time we're going to talk about what do you think of their terrain? Peace.
Right. Okay.
I feel like it's the oven that's in the witch's house from Hansel and Gretel.
Yeah, you're starting to be able to build a whole kitchen between this kit and the ones in Age of Sigmar. The ogres have like the stew pot. There's another.
Aw.
Dude, I am ordering the stew pots and
Oh.
I am making a kitchen now.
The dwarves, they have the pizza oven.
Oh my gosh, I am 100% making
Making the kitchen.
So-
the kitchen.
So I gotta say, I'm okay with this terrain. I think unfortunately it's gonna be hard to fit into an existing collection. It's very unique, right? I like it. I like it very much. I feel like Nurgle would have this and trees and all sorts of weird shit all over the place. But at the same time, where's my super easy $5 giant set of boils? Right? Like there's so much other basic shit that would go on a plague-ridden death world that we don't have.
Wow.
My camera
I
again?
have just
God.
little tiny balls and glue and green stuff.
Medici balls. We just need Nurgle Medici balls.
I don't know what that is,
Yeah.
but I have
Oh,
like
so the
little tiny
mi-
glass balls.
If you
that-
go to Venice, Venice was controlled by the Medicis, and the Medici's crest had 3 balls on it, and so all over the city, everywhere you go, there's just 3 balls, and they're called Medici balls. And now we can go there, we can paint them all green, and we can call them Nurgle balls.
Yeah.
I like it. Let's do it.
Nurgle balls.
So let me ask you another question about Death Guard, whatever these guys are, who are not as cool as Dark Angel. I
Lies.
can't even talk, right? But so they recently released a Space Marine Heroes set with the Death Guard, right? The
Correct.
individual little guys that come in like green plastic. Have any of you guys had a chance to pick those dudes up or really check them out? I
Yeah,
was.
Picked
really
them up
happy with
back
the
in like January or February when they.
So that's not a thing that came out like yesterday, huh? I'm
Well,
just finding out about it
so
now.
these hero box sets are created, and Aaron, I know you know more about how this works, but I guess in Japan you have to make something that's like unique to there.
I have them in the other room.
Right. So, but this is right? They have to make something that's unique there to like you have to
Yeah,
purchase
when
it,
you're-
essentially.
In Japan, they have a law that a Japanese designer must design, I want to say 51%. I don't remember if it's 25% or 51% of a product. So for anybody who's going to Japan, what's really fun to do, what is really fun for me to do, is you go to all these American stores or foreign stores, like I think Forever 21 went out of business, but Forever 21 and any store that you can think of, and they have to have Japanese designed products. They have to, and they are not allowed to export them. So the only place that you can get them is there. So like for example, Burberry has Burberry Blue and they have Burberry Black, and those are the Japanese labels. But GW had to do the same thing, and so they've been coming out with these like it's a separate game, essentially to 40K, and they're
It's
like
not a game, it's just a hero box.
It's hero bot. Well, no, but they come with stat cards, and there
Yeah.
there was a game that you could play. I know when I was there 3 years ago, and I got the first Space Marine kit. It came with rules for a game that were in Japanese.
Yeah, there was little cards for them.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
I guess it was. I forgot
Yeah.
about those.
So yes, and the most recent one is the Nurgle box set.
It's a nice racket, honestly.
It
But
is.
they're-
And they're awesome models, and they came out back in Japan back in like January, February. So I picked up my set and got them shipped on over real quick. but now they're out in the U.S. Now you can buy them.
Yeah, and I did buy that. I got those in the mail.
My personal experience is I've never bought a box myself, but I surprisingly and happily run across the miniatures every now and then in a lot or something that I buy. And when that happens, I normally use those models because they're super
They're very cool.
unique.
Yeah.
They're in different poses than you can get out of the rest of your stuff. So they're good. They're good additions to armies. Like the last one I got was a Blood Angels Librarian Terminator.
The only problem is that
awesome.
the colored plastic is a nightmare, and there is a
Why?
because you can't prime it any other color than white. It's 9 o'clock.
I hate colored.
It's 9 o'clock. It's 9 o'clock.
It's 9 o'clock,
everybody.
guys.
Take your medicine. Go do whatever. What do you have to do? You have to take a poop or something? Is that your poop?
Yeah,
alarm?
yeah.
It's
my
poop time.
Gotta schedule it.
So long as you don't poop on someone's face and call it a sausage.
That's right.
While stepping off curbs.
We
trying
should
to get your
really
cyberpunk-
clarify that's an inside joke.
That was
It
real.
hasn't.
That was real. And that was some super inside baseball right there.
I like that you guys felt you had to clarify that.
Well, I mean, it's out there now. It's a thing in the world. Demonetized on this video, that's for sure. Turning ads off.
Nice. Well,
let's see.
now you know the name of the game.
Do you? You're talking to Shivan, and he says, "I have a Blood Angel army, but I call them Weeb Angels. And in my lore, the Death Company are the ones who failed the chapter, so they are given trash." Oh my god. Oh my gosh. Sean, I'll let you read all those comments. Those comments are for you. They'll make you feel good about you and your life
Yeah?
choices.
Excellent.
Oh, so many little
All
blues.
right, guys, I drilled
green
some
guys.
barrels.
Are you done already?
Drilled some barrels. Who? What? No, I was just drilling barrels. That was
speaking-
the easy thingamajig that I wanted
Speaking
to
of
do.
barrels, I want to show off your sweet shield. I'm
Oh yeah?
gonna open Discord, and I'm gonna download the picture of your sweet shield.
I'm gonna send you another picture on Facebook real fast, of the dude with his shield and on his base,
Ooh,
because he's got a lot of stuff going on.
ooh. All right. So here's the shield, your custom Death Guard shield, which I think is freaking
Death
awesome. Death
Watch.
Deathwing.
Deathwing. What did I say?
You said
Death
Death
Guard.
Guard. There's lots
Sorry.
of death going on.
Death,
Yeah, just like skulls in GW.
Death,
Yeah.
Deathwing, Death Guard, Death Watch, Death
Death
Dread.
Dude.
I don't know. Anyways, cool shield. I just want everybody to know that I came up with the idea of the gem, and the gem is what makes it. So,
I think that the gem is an integral part to it being as badass.
I mean,
as
it
is.
might
Way to
take.
take credit for Sean's
I
cool.
was about to say
model.
it did take him 2 hours of us just hanging out on Zoom, chatting and painting, and him making the shield, and then he did this whole thing, and I was like, it'd be really awesome, a gem right there. And he's like, oh, I have one, and I'm like, I get full credit for this whole thing now. I get 100% credit. So you're sending me more pictures, you say? More
Yeah, I'm
pictures.
sending you more pictures right the now.
Right then now. I'm excited.
Right the now. There they go. So that's him
Oh.
holding his shield on the fancy base with all the skeletons and skulls and stuff.
Well, just, you gotta give me a second. Wow, dude, is there any of the original miniature left on this?
There's actually a whole lot. I decided not to
Holy crap!
go like whole hog on it because cutting off the new Primaris Commander
What?
emblems with the skull and the little halo over it would have been a giant pain in the butt. But that was kind of my initial thought.
But it's like, it looks like the arms have been replaced, the shield have been replaced, the thing on his belt has been replaced.
I did
That guy
did
is
one
awesome.
pauldron that got
It's
replaced.
really,
and I replaced
really
the skeleton.
freaking awesome.
But a lot of
Jesus.
it is just simple
Hold
kit
on.
bash swaps or
Let me get a picture of the-
additions of parts.
Picture of the back. Hopefully that updated.
There's a lot of stuff.
Yeah,
Dude,
there's a lot.
even
and I mean,
even the back, like, you gave him the big bolt pistol. Is the what's the thing? What's
the
thing
sensor,
that
the weird
smokes?
canister. Yeah, the sensor. No, that was an add-on from the Dark
no.
Angels. The Veterans box.
I know, but what's that called? If you're in church,
A
and you're-
sensor. A sensor
No.
with a C.
No.
Yes, Aaron. For the love
Incense
of God.
burner.
It's
really-
called a sensor with a C.
It's really
Yes.
called a sensor with a C?
Yes, it's called
Yes.
a sensor.
Okay. I thought it had a cooler name than that.
I think
No.
it's a pretty cool name, honestly.
John, I like how you have little like details on the backside of the shield. Just
Yeah, even on the backside, he's got his little dark. He's just in case he forgot which chapter. He was like, "Wait a minute, which
Wait, who am I
chapter?"
again?
Oh, right. Death Guard. No, I'm just kidding. I know I said it wrong.
Oh, but I don't think we've live streamed since I wrote all the fluff about him and his army, and I love it. It was really fun. I have a buddy who lives in Decatur, Decatur, however you pronounce that, who I like talk fluff with and all that fun stuff all the time. And it's just this really cool backstory that I'm super entertained with, and I posted the Too Long Didn't Read because it's really, really long in the Discord. So if you're part of Discord, you can scroll up through the history in the hobby chat and see what it's about. But yeah, he's dope. He's dope. One of the original Dark Angels came back, has issues, Angels of Terra, and now he just kills heretics all day long. Doesn't even care.
Sounds like a good time.
It's the best. But it's really fun. I find it really, really catalyzing to have the fluff and this idea of who these guys are and what they do and what the mission and the purpose is, all that fun stuff, to like drive my motivation for building and customizing them, right? Because this whole thing, I know you hate it, Josh.
No. I like that too, and I know that's one of the most important things for Aaron as well. For little Aaron, love.
I mean, it's like you're taking it to a level that, for me, I can't even comprehend, because I already don't care about the normal fluff, and you're writing your own custom fluff, and that's making you exciting. And we were actually talking about this the other night. Like,
yeah,
my thing is like, if GW sold out of something and then they're like, but they had something else that I could buy, I would just buy the next thing that came out. You know what I mean? Because we were talking about the aftermarket and people looking for specific miniatures and looking for iconography and trying to associate that iconography with the specific army that they're making. And I'm just like, oh, that's not available anymore? Oh, okay, I'll buy Karajan Overlords. Like, whatever. Like, what looks cool to me right this second? I don't care.
And I get that perspective, and I don't want to poo-poo on that at all.
No.
So I won't.
We won't yuck anyone's yums. I'm just saying it's interesting that your motivation comes from, in part, of getting really excited about writing the history. I think that's really cool. That's all.
Oh, yeah, and I mean, it's almost like I didn't just write it down in bullet points. It's kind of like fan fiction with, like, people's feelings and names of other characters and stuff. So it's not just like hey, this guy did this thing. No, seriously.
Feelings.
I have.
Are there love
feelings?
triangles?
Not as of yet, but I have been informed by a whole lot of grumpy white men that I need to address some female space marines, some transsexuals, Eldar love triangles, and there's some other stuff, some gender identity politics, because clearly that's what
Oh, okay. So I'm not allowed to talk about the secret artificial intelligence on Antarctica that's controlled by the Lizardmen, because that's too real. But you're allowed to talk about politics.
I was just mentioning that there was so many grumpy old white men in our hobby who really thought that it was an important thing to communicate about.
Okay. Understood. I'm glad that you are tackling this in your fan fiction about the shield that you made.
Well, and to your point, the entire reason I built that shield, I knew I wanted to do something different, but I hadn't like thrown away the old garbage skeleton, or used it for something else because I wasn't entirely sure. But the fan fiction, so to speak, is what got me to the point of let's go make this super awesome shield and sit here for 2 hours and cut up bits and find exactly the right pieces too.
So the lore came before the shield. The mod.
Oh, absolutely. Yep.
Oh.
That's interesting.
Cool.
Yeah, that is really cool.
Well, because I was like, this guy served for the Emperor at the very beginning of, the Great Crusade. Like, he's about to be the coolest guy ever. He's not just going to be some standard Primaris captain, right?
Yeah.
It's like, oh, but he's Primaris now.
He's a special,
more lore.
He's a special Primaris.
So
but I mean, it's like, go ahead, Josh. Sorry.
They have a new character that is now a Primaris that used to be a regular old Space Marine.
Correct.
and they now say something like cross the Rubicon Primaris. That's what
Yep.
it means.
Yep.
Yeah, they've been saying that for a while.
Yeah, that's
I know it's just funny because it's hilarious to me for some reason.
well, and so let's more fluff because that's hilarious. Bobby gave everybody the deal and was like, I don't care what you did before. If you follow me and kick ass now, we'll just forgive all your sins and here's your Primaris. And my dude was like, well, all these other dudes say that we sinned, but we killed a bunch of traitors by blowing up our own planet. So cool, give me my Primaris. Let's go murder the enemies of the Imperium. So like all my dudes, every single one of my battle brothers, even they teach the novitiates about the rebellion on Caliban. Right? So the Dark Angels are over here fucking cloak and shadow, and 4 people know about it, and they're hunting the Fallen, and no one knows what's going on. And like my scouts, while they're still growing their extra foot, know the deepest, darkest secrets. So it's just fun. Like it turns it all on its head.
But I mean, it's like I have to say, I do understand. I'm starting to understand the role that narrative plays in the hobby, because even for my Gene Stealers, I've created my own semi-narrative in that
it focuses around mining.
Right, it focuses around mining, and that's why they're not using flamers and they're only using mining lasers and the mining seismic cannon, and that's why all their vehicles are painted yellow. It's like baby steps, baby fluff steps.
Baby fluff.
Fluff steps.
I love it.
That's the best kind of fluff steps.
Oh boy.
So let's see what else we got. We got a whole bunch of I need someone to explain something to me. Why does Warhammer Underworlds have seasons?
Because a season is just an expansion series, or the next arc, or the next block, as in Magic.
So it's like Diablo 3 seasons.
It's just instead of Magic, they call it blocks, right?
Except they sell you new rules every season.
Right.
Well, yeah, and there's new abilities every block. Right?
So, but I'm saying I didn't know that. I didn't understand that. Because I've never really paid attention to it. So Warhammer Underworlds is an evolving, real-time game.
Not real time.
Oh, okay. How often do they change seasons?
Once a year.
Oh, it's just once a year.
Every
Okay.
year the new base expansion set comes out.
Okay, gotcha. So it's not quite as robust as Diablo or Magic or something.
No, but they do put out a roadmap for the year ahead of time, like you have up on your screen now.
Right, that's what I was looking at. So I was looking at the January, February stuff. Okay, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I can get behind that.
I think that's cool. What I thought was really fun is the Advent calendar. Did you guys see that?
No.
What?
So it looks like. Let me see if I can find it.
They usually do a 12 Days of Christmas where they give away
Well, now they're doing the Advent Rumor Engine 24 Days of Warhammer sneak peeks.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
Here's stuff that should have come out earlier this year.
So every day between now and Christmas, they're flipping one of the cards.
Here are pictures of the Death Guard that should have been released this week, but they're on my desk instead.
Well, no, we got a hand. We got a human-looking hand holding a book with a.
It's the first step to summoning Nurgle. Continue.
We got the top half of what looks like a wolf skull.
The demon's favorite food, dog.
We got what looks like an Eldar leg.
I don't have anything on that, but
Okay.
Stew ingredients maybe.
We have a
ingredients,
dinosaur face with an extra eye.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, you lost me. I give up.
And then we have something that looks like a really Ripley sculpture. I don't know what this is. It looks like, oh my gosh, what's the name of that sculpture of the guy holding up the world?
Atlas or whatever.
Atlas. Yeah, it looks like Atlas. Atlas. It looks like Atlas. Oh, it has snow.
It
on
looks like marble.
And it looks like marble. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So anyway, I thought that was kind of cool that they were doing an online advent calendar. It doesn't have candy, but that's okay, I guess.
No, but I think Like last year, they did some Black Library books and stuff.
Yeah,
like
they give
that.
a bunch of free stories away sometimes. And,
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's pretty cool.
Hold on.
They've
Fun
given
fact:
away
crossing the
new rules,
Rubicon
too.
means to cross the point of no return. It was made famous when Julius Caesar crossed the Rubicon River and said, by crossing the river, that die has been cast. He crossed the river Rubicon with his army to start a war with Rome to become the dictator.
Nice.
I knew it meant something.
Wait, when did we say that? When did we reference that? I don't even remember.
That
Becoming a
was when I was talking
Primaris.
about the Primaris, the
Yeah.
Rubicon Primaris.
Oh.
When we were talking about Master Captain Sael and his transition from the Emperor's badass to
Gotcha.
fluffy
The point
leader
of
of
no
the Angels
return.
of Terra.
The point of no return. Understood.
Good
So,
stuff.
but essentially, are they retconning? Are they saying that Primaris are older than they are?
No, it's
What
saying
they're
that
saying-
you can transform a regular a regular Marine into a Primaris, but it takes like a decade.
It's a much
This is all
longer
that
process.
growing new organs and stuff, right?
They just
Well-
put them back in the maturation chamber, is what you're saying.
The and like all didn't show up in like, and correct me if I'm wrong because I'm not the coolest person ever, but Call showed
That's
up and was like,
debatable.
hey, I appreciate it. Are you down with me being in charge of the Empire? You know, of the everything, and taking over? And if you were like, yeah, he was like, okay, well, I don't care what you did in the past, just like do a good job. And when I tell you to do something, do it. And here's a shit ton of super soldiers. So like he might have given those dudes to the Blood Ravens as well, which was probably a bad idea because they probably stole his wallet like 4 seconds later. But that's how you get out of purgatory. And the fucking Dark Angels didn't take the deal. Like they got the Primaris and stuff, but they didn't actually like feel the forgiveness, right? So they run around screaming repent while I'm just like die heretic. So it's kind of fun because now I've like shifted from Dark Angels to like this thing that's better than Dark Angels. It's great.
And the thing that's better than Dark Angels is your custom faction.
Is my custom faction the Angels of Terra?
Angels of what?
Angels of Terra,
Okay.
which we still call yeah, whatever.
Dude, it's awesome. That's the coolest thing I've ever heard.
I think it's fun. I think it's
Angels
super
of
fun.
Terra.
I like it.
Like that's
Yeah.
freaking dope. I'm
And
ready.
it's-
Show me the sculpts, please. I'm ready to buy Angels of Terra.
Right. No, but they're all old legionnaires from
See,
back
too
in
much.
the day.
Too much. That's too much. Just Angels
Oh,
of
okay,
Terra.
I need-
Angel of Terra, and show me
Cool.
the sculpt. That's
Cool.
all I need to know. That's it. It's the only 2 pieces of information. Give me the name of the army and show me what they look like. And if they look stupid, I don't care if they have a cool name.
Well, clearly you like the way they look so far.
I do.
So,
And he's
oh.
pretty dope.
He is.
I thought the Angels of Terra were the this freaking Golden Boys.
The
Yeah,
Custodes?
we don't care. We don't care.
Yeah, Custodes. They're on Terra.
Custodes are called Custodes, though. They're not called Angels of Terra.
Yeah.
They're called Custodes.
Just saying. I'm just being
He's
a
just trying to
contrarian.
prove
Let me
He's
be a
just trying to
contrarian.
yuck the yums. He's just
Yep.
trying to
Contrarians.
yuck the yums once again. So we are in the gift giving season, and today's I should be painting. I talked about different tips and tricks for gifting stuff for people who have hobbies, specifically for gamers. And my number one suggestion, and I want you guys to tell me if you agree with me or disagree with me.
Disagree.
Well,
Oh my
now he
God.
has to return your gift
Who said I bought him one? Mm.
because
Damn, guys.
obviously you're thinking about what you're going to get us all for Christmas.
No, my number one tip is that the people who have the hobby should tell the people who are buying gifts what they want. Right?
Sure.
Yeah, sure. And you probably shouldn't buy things for people just to like support their hobby without knowing exactly what they want, because they might already have that or they might
Right.
not
So then
need.
Yeah, exactly. So then my second thing was like, if that person hasn't told you, try to have a conversation
Ask.
with them. Yeah,
Ask.
ask. But
It's like dating. Ask
Use
first.
wish
but
list.
there was also another recommendation that I had that you guys might be a little controversial. Think is controversial.
Ooh, I want to hear it.
If you
'Cause I'll
have
probably agree.
if you have access to wherever they keep their miniatures and their hobby paint, I said to go look for the paint pots that were the lowest and buy them that paint, and that you could never go wrong with a new pot of Nuln Oil.
I have a better idea.
Okay,
Check all of the Citadel paints and see which ones are dry and buy them.
but if they're dry, they're not painting with them.
Every single one.
Well, but here's the thing though, because this is what I was thinking about. There is a certain type of person, and I tend to fall into this category, of wanting the gift to be a surprise, and so not always being super comfortable with being like, "Yo, Shiv, my man, what's your list?" You know what I mean? Because then you know that you're gonna get something off that list. But I'm also not the type of person that if you give me a list, then I will then I won't. You know what I mean? Then I'm gonna go buy something else because that's just weird. But I do understand the idea of like trying to deduce a good present and have it be a full surprise, right? No,
Sure. Agreed,
you guys don't. You don't agree with that. You don't.
No, totally. I understand what you're saying.
But I feel,
Yeah.
like what happens is like other than maybe like you guys, it's really hard for people who don't know what the hobby is to even try to gift, so they don't. Right? They just don't try. So I was just trying to give some general advice for, hey, if you're a hobbyist and you want to make sure that you get your hobby stuff, one, have told them that they needed to order it by the 4th. So that's the number one. And two, just tell people what you want. You know what I mean?
And no hobbyer should have an issue with this, right? Like my list of shit I want, not shit I need, but shit I want, is never ending. So
Right.
it's
Hey, I got a question for you guys. Next week is the 14th.
Yep.
Are we gonna talk about our presents that we got each other next week, or no?
I didn't buy anybody anything.
Yeah,
Oh,
nor
that's
did
okay. Big Aaron and I have already purchased you guys some presents.
I mean, I bought Sean half of the Oculus, which was sort of birthday, Christmas, Hanukkah, Festivus.
Festivus, I love it.
Yes.
But I haven't done my holiday. I did a little bit of holiday shopping for my 6-year-old. All right, I'll buy you stuff. I'm sorry. I'm a bad friend.
Yeah. I'm in the same boat, Aaron. Don't feel bad.
I'm a bad
Don't
friend.
feel bad. I'm gonna have to go find stuff. No,
I feel like I did a really good job for Josh's birthday, and that took a
That was
lot.
pretty
It
good.
took a lot of effort and a lot of energy out of me.
well, that used up all of your stored gift buying.
No, that's oh my
experience
god, no, that's not how that works at all. You can't be like, here's your birthday gift, and then it comes Christmas, you're like, yeah, but that gift
Was so good.
should count for 2. I'm giving it to you again, essentially.
Listen, you're gonna be so excited with our gift for you guys. You guys aren't gonna know what to do with it.
Fudge bucket, Sean. We're gonna have to have a side meeting.
God damn it. Okay.
We're gonna have to schedule something to
All right. Have
and,
your
How did this just turn into teams? I don't know.
and we have this other problem because Big Aaron's birthday is the day after Christmas, so we gotta figure that out. So yes, next week we will eat. This is what I have to say. We will talk about it, but I think that next year we should do secret holiday. And I'm not saying
that sounds
Secret
good.
Santa because not everybody
Sure.
celebrates Santa, but maybe we should do secret holiday. And then the other thing is how I really want to find a way to do one of our holiday themed games like we've done the past couple of
I
years.
missed the holiday games.
Yeah, where we drink.
There's so much food.
Yes. I know.
Aaron, can you, instead of giving like a couple of your clients, gift basket this year,
Do you
can
want?
you just send one to each of us, and then we can play that Star Wars game that you want to narrate,
Oh,
and
that's
we
a
can
great.
eat from the gift basket.
Well, I did. It's funny because one of our suppliers was like, "I need your home address and I need your father's address," and I was like, no." And he was like, "Well, you're not in the office, and I need to give you your gift basket." And I'm like, here's where I live." So, yes, usually we do get. This is actually like, I know this might be too real again. I actually, I'm not a big fan of the corporate Christmas monopoly where like corporations spend hundreds of millions of dollars on sending ridiculous gift boxes back and forth. And I have been thinking about for about 5 years now starting a nonprofit that in lieu of corporations sending people giant boxes full of food that they don't need, that instead they send a plaque and the rest goes to a donation to a charity. And
That's
so
a super good idea.
and so, like, you know what I mean? Like, Menards would send whatever, their lumber supplier, right? Instead of sending them $10,000 worth of cookies, they'd send them $9,000 to charity in a $1,000 really awesome crystal plaque that the wood yard could put up that was like, such and such donated on my behalf.
We planted 1,000 trees in your name, lumber company.
Exactly.
Ooh.
Exactly. Because I just feel like, A, you're giving extra food to people who have jobs. Right? Like, that's problem number one. And then problem number two is, like, how did this become a thing? How did businesses giving each other giant boxes of crackers become a
And
thing?
sausages.
Oh, the sausage one, though.
Oh,
I
the
don't
sausage.
I don't want to give up the sausage one.
Hey,
If-
I have a public service announcement real quick.
Yes.
Textured paint, such as Vallejo Earth, is not as tasty as regular paint.
That
the
makes
grit
sense.
The grit ruins it.
Does
Yeah.
it taste like earth though?
No, it tastes like paint with grit.
No,
Yeah, it's not good.
no, that doesn't.
We have to
That's the extra flavor, bro.
we have to figure out what dollar amount we can all super chat at Wargamer Girl on Wednesday to get her to just
You
just
really
with
want
one brush.
and
just
it's-
one
it's
brush.
weird. It's getting weird.
It's getting
What do
really
you want her
weird.
to do?
Like, you know
You've
when
heard him.
when you accidentally taste paint because you licked your brush.
Okay.
Miranda
Who
Miranda
wants
ref-
Miranda to do that
Miranda
deliberately?
refuses to do it.
Yeah, she's smart.
I know. I understand that.
And Aaron wants to pay her money to eat paint.
No, I'm just saying that if we can all super chat.
I mean, it really just seems like you really want to do this, and pretty much all of us are just like, no, bro, that's weird. So you go ahead and super chat her a bajillion dollars, and
I like how you tried to engage
I
to get
know.
us all
I
invested.
tried to get us all invested. Totally backfire.
yeah, uh-huh.
Total backfire.
That's okay. We forgive you.
Sean knows what I'm talking about.
How much would you give me to eat paint?
Do you not? Do you not straighten your brush with your mouth?
Huh?
He does.
What?
I can't see you.
No. Well, then I just ate a whole bunch of paint for no reason.
I mean, I think that dipping your paint in paint and then doing the normal rinse and then putting it, in your
Dipping
mouth,
your paint in paint.
dipping your brush in paint, and then rinsing it, and then doing a little lick to get it straight. I think that's a $5 super chat. I think it's totally worth $5 super chat.
Shivan says if we don't want to do Secret Santa, we could do,
You do secret Tim Allen.
We could do secret what?
Tim
Tim
Allen.
Allen.
What is that?
Well, he's
Tim
Tim Allen
Santa.
and he's also Santa.
Oh. This shit just gets weirder and weirder, Shivan. I don't know what the deal is, man.
I
I don't know if it's Aaron
Tim Allen
Aaron.
has
or if
played
it's Josh.
Santa more times than any other actor in the history of acting.
Is that a fact?
I think that's fact.
Science?
I think that's a scientific fact.
I think that is not a fact.
Who has more Santa movies than Tim Allen?
Which Santa movies does he have?
The Santa Claus and the Santa Claus 2 through
Through 9.
9.
How about, has anyone even seen those movies? I have not.
I know, no.
What?
No, who's seen all 16? I wouldn't know.
I have, for sure.
What?
Oh man, when Home Improvement was on TV, I was a huge Tim Allen fan. Are you kidding?
Oh.
The pistachio suit.
Not a big fan of his new show, but back in the day, I was all about it.
Fair enough.
I'm doing that thing where I'm not waiting for contrast paint to dry, and I need to not do that.
Oh yeah, you're mixing it all up. That's good stuff.
I need to not do that. I found one little regular soldier that I forgot to paint, so now he gets to get painted. How exciting is that? What other GW news do we have? Talked about that. We got the Blood Bowl stuff. Do we want to talk about that?
Not really. I don't know anything about Blood Bowl. I mean, we could.
No. Okay, that's.
Oh, guess what, guys? They're
What?
talking about a new release with AMG. Do you know what it is?
First of all,
Just painted on stream.
what's AMG?
Atomic Mass Games.
Oh, okay.
Oh, so is that a thing we're supposed to like know and use now?
Yes.
Okay, I'll take that under advisement.
I didn't even know that.
But basically,
Yeah.
they said that they're going to be releasing Angela, and yeah, it was pretty sweet to see it.
You mean the model that you already have?
Yes, the model I already have.
Okay. That I'm not allowed to count for both your birthday and
Right.
Christmas? That one?
No. Right. That one.
Okay. Gotcha. Even though it's just coming out now?
I mean, you could get him a second one.
Okay. That would be so funny.
Oh man, but they showed a bunch of the new She-Hulk rules, and apparently she's going to be like Hulk with 20 damage taken on only one side,
Yeah.
but she doesn't have like crap stats, and she doesn't get stronger with damage taken. So she's like a regular character with 20 stamina and no flip. It's pretty interesting.
That made total sense to me.
Okay,
Also-
so Sean, in Marvel Crisis Protocol,
Made by AMG.
made by
Right.
Mercedes-Benz AMG,
Okay.
V12 all the way.
Okay.
The way that the game is played is that because you're playing only 10 characters max in your army, and then you're usually only probably fielding 3 to 7 depending on the points. Each one has a card, and you have that card in front of you, and each card has an amount of health on it, usually something less than 10. And when it reaches 0, it doesn't die. It doesn't come off the battlefield. It gets stunned, and then you flip the card over, and the character changes. It has a backside of the card. Now, some characters, based on their lore, when they flip to the other side, get better, right? They get more powerful. Most characters get slightly less powerful. Then, there's a bunch of stuff getting deleted. Good job, Aaron. Then, once it dies the second time, then it's fully dead. Then it's fully dead. Hulk has been the only exception to that, in that he starts with 20 health, which is very, very high, even compared to both the top and back of any other card. But once Hulk gets to 0, he's dead. He has no backside of the card.
Huh.
On top of that, she's also the leader for, I think it's called the A-Team. I forget what it's called. That might not be it. But it's basically all of the female superheroes that's in Marvel.
Oh,
So like,
that makes sense that they have to all be on their own team.
so that's pretty sweet. She's it looked really sweet. And I also saw a new combo with the Hulk and the new ability for the X-Men with Storm leading, where you can place him within one of any other teammate.
Oh, geez.
Yeah, so his giant base just bops all over the place for free. And I found out that you can use that ability to put yourself within one of yourself.
What?
Oh.
Oh, so you can just shift over a tiny bit?
Yeah, so Hulk can do leap, shift, and then if Cyclops is on the team, he can make a free move. So imagine the Hulk just like running across the entire board at the start of turn one.
I mean, that's pretty much my tactic with him now. So
Except it's going to be even more effective if you play
Yeah.
him with the X-Men, which is hilarious.
yeah, it's just run Hulk up, have him take enough damage to boost him so that he gets his better attack bonuses without dying. Have him kill hopefully 2 characters for the cost of 1 and take board control by mid game, and then expect Hulk to die. That's how I play Hulk.
Seems like a strategy.
And it works really, really well when Josh fails all of his rolls. It's great.
Don't even remind me.
It's
of that.
so great.
Dude,
When
40K is the best game ever when you only roll 5s and 6s.
Oh, 100 unless they're leadership rolls.
No. Those don't count as rolls for this case.
Those don't count as rolls.
You should have read the notes.
Sorry.
It's okay.
It was pretty brutal.
It was brutal. Polly, hey people, got about 30 to 1 hour to watch. Hey, so what's going on in the chat? What did this Billy guy do?
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Okay.
Saying some hate speech.
Oh, I don't
No.
like. Oh, that's no bueno. We do not accept that here.
No tolerance for intolerance.
Zero tolerance for intolerance. Agreed. Oh, I just painted all of their clothes the wrong color.
Hey, so I got a fun question.
Okay.
So I am on a whole bunch of like different Facebook groups, and someone in I think like the noob painting whatever group, which I find really entertaining because I by no means consider myself a pro or even good painter.
Mm-hmm.
Anyways, someone was like, "Hey, I don't understand how you sat down for 3 hours and painted a miniature. Like between drying time and so on and so forth, like 3 hours is nothing, right? You know, I can't do anything in that time." So I was just wondering, what could possibly extend the amount of time it takes for you to paint a miniature regarding the drying of your paint
To 3 hours?
to something more than not instantaneously, right? Because like the only thing I gotta wait, and this is why I came up, I gotta wait right now because I put a crap ton of texture paint on this base. You know, it's sand and gunk and all that fun stuff. It's gonna take a little bit to dry. But when I'm painting a regular soldier, by the time I'm done with a color, it is dry and ready for me to put another color on top of it. At least
Dip
if I'm
and flick,
using...
I guess. I don't know.
Huh.
So I mean,
I was just wondering.
like, is he saying, or she? I don't know. Like
They were saying it takes me a tremendous amount of time because of all this drying time.
but maybe they're painting more than one model at a time.
Well, you want to be painting more than one model at a time if you're worried about dry times.
Right.
That's the only thing that I can think of.
Or hair dryer too.
Or it's possible that they're not using acrylic paint. It's possible that they're using old
Oil.
oil testers oiled paint. I
Yeah,
guess.
not like because enamels still dry pretty quickly. But if you were using something, if you're using like
Oils
oil
can
paint,
take
like
days.
on
Yeah.
on like on a canvas, that would take
Mhm.
forever.
Yeah.
And it takes a while for like my my Tyranids with the contrast to dry, right? Because I'm just slopping it on there, which I like. But yeah, so okay. Well, I figured I'd ask because it was a weird thing that I was like, what?
It is a weird
3
thing.
hours is nothing. Plenty of painting time for me with regular painting.
Yeah, that was my initial thought. I was like, and like tonight, I'm gonna paint one dude, and it's gonna be pretty quick.
Right.
So
I mean, you've definitely gotten a lot quicker than you have before.
trying, I have to impress my fans. All 2 of them, because Josh doesn't like me.
Whoa.
I'm just kidding. All 3 of my fans in Shivan.
And shipping.
Those are the people I'm trying to impress here.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it's good. It's good constructive criticism. I try not to take anything.
I
like
think.
that.
Why don't you ask? Why don't you just like reply and be like, "Hey, man, don't quite understand. Normally the paint's dry pretty quick. What do you mean?"
There was a lot of that, and I did not see a reply already. So I don't know if it was like she, whoever, felt shamed and didn't want to respond, or like, they were stupid. That's certainly not what the vast majority of people were trying to convey, though, as we are all aware, people in this hobby can be a little uncouth at times without realizing it. But I did not see an answer from the initial poster to the many, many comments that existed. So I didn't want to jump in on that.
Yeah, I don't know.
So,
I don't.
And again, I wasn't going to ask. It came up because
unless they're using some kind of paint, or I guess if they put too much like flow improver, it is possible to make a paint that will never dry.
Well, yeah, there's drying retarder. I use that frequently in my airbrush paints.
Yeah.
My little gumbo.
And that can make your paint pretty tacky for a long time. So like the light purple on top of my Space Marines, in order to get it to lay down the way that I wanted it and flow through the airbrush, like it took 6 hours to dry, because of what? Yeah, because of how I mixed the color.
Hey, what's up, Paul? What's going on, Paul Noxie?
I do Citadel paints as it's all I can really quick. It dries quickly, so I get a lot done. I agree. I mean, even so long as you're working on 5 to 10 models, even contrast paint dries.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
quick.
To your point, I do not have the issue with contrast paints if I'm using multiple models, right? That's just if I'm on like a big guy and I slop a whole bunch of paint on the armor plates, and then, I'm like, oh, I should really not do this other thing that's gonna get bled into.
Right.
Yeah. It just is a weird thing that happened that I figured I'd ask you guys about.
One of my favorite Facebook channels is Gardening for Beginners. I find that Facebook group quite wonderful.
Okay.
Just quite wonderful. People come up with some really funny memes, and they also just have there's this reoccurring thing of people constantly posting pictures of their pets in their garden and then making some joke about how they grew their pet, which I find amusing every single time I see it.
That's an important quality
but
in
there's
our Facebook group.
But there's also just really, really fun questions where people are just asking about this, and you're like, that's a dandelion.
I started growing these really awesome plants. They've just taken off. They're amazing.
The worst is people will post just a blurry picture of a leaf and be like, hey, planted this, don't know what it is, can you identify? And it's just like, okay, cool. I love for beginner Facebook
Speaking
pages.
about dandelions, they've got a bad rap. They actually were like a foodstuffs.
Oh God, no! Don't eat the dandelions. Don't eat them. Yeah, they're edible. Don't eat them. They're disgusting.
What do you
forage for that stuff?
Dandelions into bread or something?
No, they're fucking gross. You saute them with
Everything
greens
is edible from a dandelion.
It doesn't matter, Josh. It tastes like shit.
I'm just saying.
I've had them.
They're not good.
I'm not a fan of them.
They're not good. They're the most bitter green I have ever eaten. They're in no circumstances should you be like, yeah, let's have some dandelion. It's like, no.
I'm gonna do it just to spite you now.
Because you're a contrarian.
I went to a fancy restaurant and they served the ants that taste like lemon pops.
Oh yeah.
And it was served in a bowl of flowers that included dandelions.
Wait, I just want to step back and just comment. Mm-hmm. Josh was like, oh yeah, as if he's had those.
I've actually had ants before, many times.
Many times? I've had ants before, but not many times.
They teach you can eat ants. They taste like lemons or lemonade, naturally.
They do.
I've had chocolate-covered ants. And some Mexican candies that had worms in them.
And that whole dish was wonderful, and the dandelions were very well balanced by the ants. That's all I wanted to say. Sean is like, I hate you. I'm unhappy with this entire.
I do not like dandelions. I don't like them in my yard. I don't like them in my food.
You don't even like picking the dandelion puffer thing
And blowing it?
And blowing it?
No, I'm pretty anti-dandelion.
Wow. This is a controversial position that
It's irrational hatred of the dandelion.
Probably because they taste so bad.
What did the dandelion ever do to you?
it
Tasted bad.
got in his mouth, apparently.
Yup.
It got in his mouth. The difference between a flower and a weed is the will to live. No. I'm just gonna say no. That's not true. The difference between a flower and a weed is if you wanted it to grow there. That's the only difference.
I think that that's a very important question that you should ask your gardening group.
What's the difference between a flower and a weed? You know
Yep.
what? I'm on it.
Hell yeah.
I am 100% on that. So let's see. We don't need to talk
Don't do
about
none of that wrong answer only shit either.
We already showed you a really cool shield. We talked about Warhammer Underworlds. We talked about how if you're in the United States or Canada, it's too late to order from the store. Sorry. There was a bunch of stuff for the Black Library. There's some new books coming out. A Mortaris. Is that how you say it? Mortis? Mortaris? Mortis.
I don't know.
Are you talking about Mortarion or?
No. The Horus Heresy Siege of Terra Mortis.
Yeah, Mortis.
Mortis. And then Return to the Dark Imperium.
The Dark Imperium returned to.
Yeah, so a new book. Dark Imperium and Plague War has been heading towards an apocalyptic confrontation between Guilliman and Mortarion.
This is a new book?
New books.
I have read both of those.
Dark Imperium and Dark Imperium Plague War.
Yeah.
So
Were they any good? Did you like them?
Yeah, I mean, it had a bunch. It set the stage for 8th edition, all the lore behind it, and because Primaris and Death Guard were the feature at the beginning, it had all of my boys and had a whole bunch.
So what's new? Is Warhammer Community tricking me again with the fact that it's new?
I just didn't. I mean, I just bounce around from book to book, so I don't know. I don't know if there's.
Oh, it says it's continuing soon. It's essentially a teaser.
Okay.
I see what they're saying. So you've already read Dark Imperium and Dark Imperium Plague War, and I guess there's another one coming out.
No, there's another one.
There's another one. Underworlds we already kind of talked about. It's kind of a bummer to look at pre-orders when you know that you can't pre-order. So.
Yeah.
I mean, you can.
You're just not
You just
guaranteed to get it.
Yeah, you just won't probably get it.
By Christmas, yeah. Upcoming releases. No.
Or ever if
nothing
it's a
in
Void
here.
Tribe.
Oh.
Oh.
It's fine, guys.
Do you need?
You know what's funny is they just completely ignored the fact that they
Do you need the Silent
come
King?
out with. No, I have the Silent King right over here. They ignored the fact that they didn't put out the last two of the Mancers or the what are the not flesh terror, Josh? The
Flayed ones.
Blade ones. Yeah, they didn't bring. They didn't put those out. They just completely forgot to put them out. They're like, here's the whole release. All right, moving on to Death Watch and
Bigger and better
Space Wolves and Blood Angels and now Death Guard, and Death Guard's gonna be a little bit later.
And Space Marines have 2 new tanks that look identical to the other tanks.
Yeah,
It's very important.
I just think it's funny.
It's just, 2020.
Yeah.
I've been looking at 2020 ornaments.
Yes.
I found 2 that I like a lot. One is a dumpster that has a very pretty glowing fire in it, and just says 2020 on the other side. And then another one is made by When Geeks Craft, and it's a template that you can buy, and it looks like just a nice snowflake, but it's a swear word that starts with the letter F. 2020, in infinem, all the way down to the bottom of the start of the snowflake. So it's what are those things called? Aaron, you know what I'm talking about?
An infinity mirror?
No. When you have a repeating pattern that just goes over and over and over again, it gets smaller and
yeah.
smaller.
Fractal?
A fractal, thank you. Yes, it's a fractal that
Ooh,
just
you guys
says
are
F
impressed that I
2020.
knew that. I like how you didn't ask me. You were like, it's math. You don't know.
Well, I did. Okay.
I'm just joking because I'm really bad at math.
Thank you for remembering the word fractal.
Yes.
Josh, I appreciate
I
it.
feel better now.
I appreciate that you remembered the word fractal. Aaron, I'm sorry that I asked you.
Put me on the spot, man. You know I'm not good in those situations. It stresses me out.
And so I really like that one. I think I'm gonna make it. It's something I can cut on my laser cutter.
You're gonna make it, huh?
And then Josh and I started our new project. Go ahead, Sean.
Oh no, I'm just mumbling.
So we are continuing with our Marvel Mondays, and we got another painting tutorial coming out tomorrow, but then the 14th will be the first video in a series of videos where Josh and I design and build our display shelf carry case for Marvel Crisis Protocol. So it will sit on a shelf, like in your house, and look all super pretty, and then you'll be able to just pop it off, and it'll have all your stuff in it, and you can take it to your local friendly game store with all your things, and it will also be display quality, so that it will be tournament ready if you need to get judged for your display. It's an idea that Josh came up with, and then together we've been working out how to actually design and build it, and we are chronicling that entire adventure. So the first episode is our conversation via Zoom, where Josh and I go back and forth drawing on Photoshop while we figure out how to actually design it. The next episode is going to be me converting that in Illustrator in order to make a prototype that I can laser cut. And then going back and forth until we have the completed actual product.
And if I can draw not a terrible drawing,
then that will
have a
be
thumbnail for it.
that will be the thumbnail. Otherwise, I guess the thumbnail will just be a white card.
Just a blank card.
Just a
A
blank,
blue square.
a blank card. So I'm pretty excited about it. So I mean, like, it's a little bit different for our channel. But it's kind of interesting to look at, like, the process of starting an idea from concept all the way through execution,
Yeah.
So hopefully everybody out there likes it. First episode is going to be the 14th. It's about 20 minutes long, and then we'll be mixing those in with our Marvel Mondays.
Because it's Marvel related.
Sounds awesome.
I'm excited to see the shelf.
I will be super excited.
Show me that shelf. Oh man, I'm making a lot of progress tonight. Like this is excellent.
You've
What
been
have you
doing
done?
really good on that army, honestly.
So I have the car entirely yellow. I have all the silver bits painted silver, which means that I'm pretty much done with the car. Everything is just weathering. I have all of the blue done on all 10 aberrants, plus the aberrant character, plus the 3 little baby guys that follow the Broodlord around. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12. That's 14 models plus all their clothes, which means I'm just down to their weapons and their details on that. So it's real significant progress.
Cool, man. That's great.
Which just leaves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 7 characters that need to be painted that are in the box. And I believe I had 6 characters coming, but only 5 are coming now because GW didn't have one. And assuming that if I buy Pure Strain, then I'll have the Pure Strain to paint as well. But that's why I'm saying I'm always 20 away, right? Because it's like, as soon as I get down to the last 20, I buy 20 of something else. But I think I'm actually almost done. Even if I add the Pure Strain Gene Stealers. I have a new goal, though. My goal is definitely to finish this army in 2020.
Yeah,
you could
buddy.
go by Adepticon.
Not Adepticon. That was officially canceled.
I know.
2020,
I'm
21.
sad. I couldn't think of a better segue.
Yeah, so if you haven't heard, Adepticon 2021 has been canceled already.
LVO2.
LVO has been canceled. C2E2, though, was moved to December of 2021, so
Interesting.
Yay!
maybe that will happen. Yeah, it's a bummer. I've been trying to fill that void by just buying some autographs, and
How's that working for you?
Well,
it
got
actually
some good deals.
it actually I mean, I got some good deals, especially because they had a Cyber Monday deal for autographs that aren't personalized, so I was able to get a couple from some people that I've always wanted, but they don't say to Aaron, right? This is what I found with getting autographs. When you go up and you want to have the experience of meeting the person, the most important thing with the autograph is to tell them to sign your name to it. If you go up and you're just like, please just sign this, then they assume that you're reselling it and they don't want to talk to you. But if you're like, please sign this to Aaron, right? Then they talk to you. So, or at least I find they talk to you better, I guess. So it's actually made me sadder to just buy it. You know what I mean? Than have the experience of it.
Sad.
But I mean, it's like I look over here and you guys can't see it because it's off camera, and we have the beautiful photograph of Josh and myself with Bruce Campbell, and we're smiling like idiots, and he's giving us bunny ears with his fingers. I miss that. I miss those things.
Here's mine.
Can't see it because of your background.
I see a
all?
There we go.
forest.
There we go. Yep, same picture. There it is.
Nope, it's different.
Oh, it's different?
Yeah, we got slightly different ones.
Oh, I didn't know that. What did he do on yours?
He's pointing at both of us with his finger guns.
Oh, that's right. That's right, he did. Let's see. Problem with GW was Nottingham were Tier 2 lockdown, then England went all lockdown. Nottingham expanded to come out again to Tier 2, and it was Tier 3, full lockdown, as Tier 2 is work. If you're safe, Tier 3 is limit people in building, and companies took Tier 3 as closed. Bruce Campbell, nice. Yes, I 100% agree with you, Paul E. Knox, 47, that is absolutely what happened. Our earlier conversation, which I don't think you were here for, was more of just that I wish that they would just come out and say the reality as opposed to whatever this weird half communication is that they're doing. That's all that we were saying before. I met Adam West and autographed me a picture of Mayor Adam West from Family Guy. That is freaking amazing.
That is pretty cool.
That's like the perfect autograph.
That's pretty badass.
Like, that is the best way. I was able to get the girl from Stranger Things, and I have never seen such an efficient person. I mean, she signed more signatures faster than I've ever seen anybody else sign signatures. She actually was so fast that I had somebody hold my place in line for somebody else, got through her entire line, and then went back to the other line and still had like 45 minutes to wait. But the funny thing was that people were trying to bring the Eggo waffle, box to get her to sign that, and they were kicking them all out of line. Like,
why?
I there was a no Eggo waffle signing allowed.
Wow,
for
that's
that.
weird. Okay.
That's
Weird.
Yeah. She wouldn't sign the Eggo waffle boxes, which is fine because I didn't want an Eggo waffle box signature.
Probably something in her contract, since with the endorsements or advertisements with Eggo that they clearly had to have had.
Yeah, probably. Well, guys, gals, people of the world, it is 1 hour, 29 minutes, and 21 seconds into our stream. It is time for the final wrap-up. We're going to go over a little bit because There's a couple things that I want to talk about. So next week's I Should Be Painting is going to be a little bit different. I'm going to look at all of the different artists that I have been drawing inspiration from this year, because I've now been officially doing I Should Be Painting for 1 year. I have 1 year of episodes. And I'm just going to highlight all the different people that we looked at this year. I'm going to try to check in with a few of some people that I actually like kind of made friends with because of that, and see if I can get them to talk about the work that they did this year and how they feel about it. So there's going to be a special I Should Be Painting, which will be the last one of 2020 next Sunday. And then we are going to be continuing to do the Marvel Monday, and hopefully we will find a way to still do our holiday game. Progress that I made, truck is pretty much done, just got to do washes and weathering. All of my aberrants are done, just got to do washes and weathering. This guy is not even close to done, he's got to go over there. But definitely got more accomplished than I expected to tonight. Sean, where are you at?
Well, I drilled my barrel holes on those guys, and let's see if we can. Come on, focus, you. Got some skulls. Got some dead bodies for my chaplain base.
Nice. I would just like to point out really quickly that we have 6 current viewers and we have 66 playbacks, which right now makes this video 666. I just think
Very nice.
Everyone should know.
Huh.
Nice.
Big Aaron, where do you got going on?
So I did the green smoke here using some contrast. I got a whole bunch of the little pustules around the base done.
Oh, that thing
So
looks
they're
freaking
green.
awesome.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome. I did a whole bunch of the little dead fleshy skulls all around it, and I did the fire in like 5 seconds using contrast paint.
Nice.
Seriously, if you want to do super fast fire, contrast paint. Just while it's wet, just put yellow down at the bottom, red up at the top, and just you can feather it together. It looks great.
1 year, woo, yeah. I mean, okay, so technically I started in March, but whatever. You don't have to point that out, Polly. Thanks. I'm just kidding. Josh, we just have a picture. I'm just looking at you. How you feeling? Are you healing? Has the healing begun?
My wrist, I can move it.
That's
So
good.
that's good.
Excellent.
That's a good sign.
That is very excellent. Well, thank you all for joining us once again on a Sunday evening to hang out and hobby with us. I hope that our hobbying helps you hobby, and that I hope this brief distraction is a positive one in your life. I hope everybody has a happy and safe holidays. Obviously, this isn't a goodbye forever. We will be here next Sunday and into the holiday season. So hopefully we will see you all soon. And if you are not watching Miranda on Wednesdays, Wargamer Girl, you should. And you should join in super chatting me with me for her, because she deserves it. Until next time, this has been Aaron.
And Aaron.
And Josh.
And Sean.
From the Cool Guys Nation, and we will see you on the
Table.
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 We should practice that part.